Harder.
Right. There we
Just
go.
a bit harder.
Been having some issues lately, but hopefully it's nothing. But yeah, today, figured I would try and do another Nikke chapter before we got back into Doom. So, yeah, we're gonna just jump right into it. But right after this, real quick. Now, I know yesterday, the VOD was very laggy for some reason, near like the end and Doom half of the stream, but don't know what caused that. I'm praying it doesn't happen again. But if it does, then I'll look into it more and see what happens. But for now, let's just have some fun and get into this. Chapter 29, here we go. Soon after.
Hello,
Hello.
my name's Fragile.
Another new character right off the
I'm
bat.
from the
Or
Pathfinder Squad. And I'm a friend of Liverin.
She's cute.
I'm Trony.
Hey, Trony.
I'm part of the Electric Shock Squad. Circuitry is my forte. Elegg and I are close friends. I think. Although it may just be me who feels that way. Oh, I hope I'm just overthinking things.
It's alright, Trony.
I'd hate it if she didn't consider us friends.
That's been more than proven in the later stories.
I excel at locating routes in and out of places. I look forward to working with you.
To be that pen.
This is my first time being involved in an operation like this. Do you think we can converse by messaging instead? Huh.
Quite the oddball
Guess
group
not.
here.
Last Will and Testament, 429th revision. I, Trony, a Nikke
Doge on the
who
screen.
struggles with communication, have encountered feelings of hesitancy, and am afraid this may become my final resting place. Ugh.
This is our backup? They're a bit...
Well, we haven't heard from one of them yet. The one with active drills.
You over there! Aren't you going to introduce yourself? You! The one who looks all pissed off.
I'll stay here and provide backup.
Huh?
This device I'm riding is top of the line. If I were to venture into the crystal region, I'd become food for them in no time.
That does make sense.
And if I were left without any means of transportation, I'd collapse to the ground.
Are you incapable of moving without that thing?
No, just prefer not to.
No. I can move, but...
So what's the problem?
Just didn't want to.
Fine. I'll go. Last Will and Testament,
Here we go again.
430th revision. I, Trony, a Nikke who was left bereft of her means of transportation in the crystal region, was devoured by the crystals.
If you are of fragile constitution, or you're not used to physical activity, perhaps it would be best if you remained here. If any one of us hampers our mobility, it might spell our collective doom.
Well, we
She
gotta get
has
out there
a
one way or
point.
another.
If you are lacking in confidence, then I suggest you stay here. If the extraction team sent in to rescue the others ended up getting wiped out, it'd be a smear on the Nikke name.
She really just says whatever comes to her mind.
You are right. Your logic is sound. Infallible, in fact.
Truly
I'll
shocking.
stay here and provide backup.
So, don't we already have Shifty for that, though?
Oh.
Don't tell me you're just going to stay here without a plan.
No, of course not. Maybe I should just go.
We should get going. In the direction of the crystal field. We got people to save. Just stay here and provide backup for us.
I knew I could count on you, Commander.
Are you sure about this, Commander?
This will leave us short one person.
No, it's not true. She'll be providing the backup. And we can't just stay here all day meandering about.
Fingers crossed.
Are you all through? My turn.
Oh, you're finally gonna speak now?
I'm Drilly of the Hammer and Drill Squad. Everyone, put this on. Crampons as well as small thrusters? Correct. We're
What's a
going to be
crampon?
descending down an elevator shaft unprotected, not knowing where it leads. Based on the visual data we've gathered, the tunnel seems to be sloped rather than a straight path. These could help you upsail down slowly. Litter personally dedicated her time to crafting this, so you can be assured of the quality. Let's hurry then.
Alright, we should at least finish the briefing before you're heading out.
There's no time for that. We need to move. We can talk on the way.
Yeah, I guess so. Must be quite worried about hammering.
I am. Worried that I'm going to go crazy sitting here doing nothing. Let's move. That idiot. I told her it was dangerous.
Yeah, I don't have... Shifty, can we do a briefing while on the move?
Yes, no problem.
Alright, let's move out then.
Roger.
Before we depart, I want to request permission to unlock our inhibitors.
Inhibitors? And why is that necessary?
I've gone over the data, and the crystals seem to attach themselves, even to Nikke's, do they not?
Yeah.
We might need to open fire upon them, and being unable to do so at a critical moment could prove troublesome.
Oh, that's what you meant. Understood, permission granted. Yeah, I do not have high hopes of hammering surviving this ordeal. But here we are.
Very well.
29.
Moving out. Moving.
Here we go.
Boom, girl to the rescue.
It is not
All these
becoming
force
for us.
circuits.
What a truly beautiful story this was. Moving. Coming. On my way.
Rapture's eliminated.
All these floor circuits and just coursing their way through there, all the way to that point. It's like it's turning itself into a giant motherboard or something.
It is not becoming to run. They are human. Very well. Moving out. Descent completed. Is everyone okay?
Yeah, just like that.
Not a scratch. A few singed hairs, that's all.
All good.
I'm a bit sore from the impact. And my clothes are torn in a couple of places. But no physical
I
damage.
see that.
I'm also unharmed.
You're not here.
Well, duh. Good news. From here on out, it's a straight corridor with only a gentle slope. Just continue straight ahead. So we're just gonna abseil straight down this thing? Good grief. I never thought we'd be resorting to such foolhardy methods. Having said that, it worked out quite nicely.
It shouldn't be a problem for us Nikkes.
But Master is human. That's why Rappy's been grasping onto the commander like grim death.
Niece. No, she hasn't.
But you have been grabbing onto me rather tightly, Commander.
Oh, have I? Pardon me? Anyways, how far do we have to walk along the path?
Hard to say. It's difficult to confirm much of anything with these scans I'm getting.
How do these scans you're doing work?
Cannon couple.
The commander's operation device has a display, which converts into a 3D map. Once you use AI to make some corrections, the accuracy is remarkable for the terrain and large objects like buildings. But it's somewhat lacking when it comes to smaller objects. Also, no matter how accurate the scans are, we won't be able to predict any unanticipated events that may occur.
The camera on that operation device must be top-notch.
Yes, the equipment we use at Elysion is quite high-end.
I see. I'll make a note of that. It must be rather costly.
That it is. In fact, we have a saying around the office that the operation device is worth more than the Never mind.
Yeah, the best not finish that. I'll try my best to make myself more valuable than an operation device.
No, that's not what I was going to say.
Let's just hurry and get a move on.
Have you got ants in your pants or something? We're already on the move.
I'm simply saying that we should do less talking and more walking.
That's literally exactly what we're doing. Walking and talking.
If we cut the chatter, we can walk faster.
You make it sound like you're the only one putting in effort.
What did you just say?
You're
Rose,
not the only
please,
one
let's not
breaking a
argue.
sweat here. We're also going as fast as we can.
I hardly think you put your best foot forward when half your team didn't manage to make it back.
It's not like we abandoned them on purpose. You dolt.
Are you sure about that?
The way you talk, you'd have us jump headfirst into that elevator without any equipment on.
If you really cared about your colleagues, you would have.
Fine then, you do it. Go ahead and dive headlong into that shaft. I'm sure you'll be able to save them all by yourself.
While you all are sitting here talking and preparing, something could go terribly wrong for your friends.
That's why we're being as quick as we can and moving out.
Let's just stop arguing. Let's
Something even
move.
worse
Come on
could
now,
happen if we're
Eunice.
caught off guard. So get up our backs. We're caught between a rock and a hard place here, and the last thing we need is you on our case.
If it were me, I would have jumped down.
Fine. Good to know. Next time this happens, you're more than welcome to go first.
Anise,
What? This chick is grinding my gears. She needs to take a chill pill. She's paranoid.
Reasonably so,
I'm
I'd
not
say.
paranoid, I'm merely stating facts.
What the hell are you insinuating?
You can't deny it doesn't add up. The 3 newcomers go missing, and meanwhile you all show up unscathed?
What?
Oh, that's what you're
You want a
thinking?
murder confession? Fine. We're all a bunch of killers who lured 3 legendary Nikkes to their deaths. Are you satisfied?
Drilly.
What in the world are you laughing at?
What now?
Oh, sorry. It's just your name is so... And then your squad mate is hammering.
Are you kidding me? You're choosing now of all times to poke fun at my name?
Sorry. Anyways,
I guess it's one way to ease tension a
hammering
bit.
saved us. She noticed the giant crystal was sinking. Then asked me to toss her my tracking device, which I cherish dearly. She emphasized to us multiple times not to come any nearer. And then she fell. Even before that, she worked incredibly hard during our search. We have no intention of abandoning someone who has done so much for us. We're more loyal than you think. So stop wasting time suspecting us, and let's hurry to go save her.
You actually speaking some sense, Neon.
What are these drill-like things attached to the back of your suits? Are they some kind of rocket booster?
No.
I think they're
That's
drills.
too bad. If they were, we would be able to go faster.
What are you going on about?
Hey, I'm sorry for getting angry.
There we
What
go.
do you say we bury the hatchet?
Okay. I'm sorry to.
We're all very high-strung here. Drilly assumes the leading position and walks at a brisk pace. Nicely handled, Neon.
I'm used to playing peacemaker with this pit bull beside me.
Hey, who are you calling a pit bull?
Nobody.
Is this conversation over?
For now it is.
I've been meaning to ask. Is it true that Liverin came along on the search mission?
Yeah. Ah, right, Liber in this whole deal. The threat she's being put under. Right, that. How could I have forgotten about that?
Safety first.
It's a pretty important thing. Oh, I didn't check, like, the weaknesses for this stage. Like, the fire type. That'll even make this more than easy.
Everything superfluous will be banished from paradise.
Marion, if you would please.
Turn to where you belong. Now is the time of true beauty. Next.
That a girl. Oh,
Everything
dang.
superfluous will be banished from paradise.
Those kamikaze ones sure are
Time for
Sure are
class to
deadly.
begin.
Glass slippers, full contact. Pour out.
Pay attention in class.
Come on.
All sorted.
Gotta make sure those things don't come zooming in like that. I'll have to shoot them down in the future more.
I should start preparing for the next class.
190. I might just hit 200 of that by the end of this. And what do you mean?
Exactly what I said. Did Liverin participate in the search mission as well?
I mean, yes, what, but why?
Did she say why?
Huh?
She
I
vaguely
think it was
hinted at it.
something about how she was tired of living a life pleasing others and wanted to do something worthwhile. Was that it?
Something along those lines?
Yeah, more or less.
Is that so? Okay. Thank you.
Fragile walks ahead.
Looks like Liverin didn't tell Fragile that she was coming up to the surface.
Apparently not.
Who volunteers to go on a search mission and doesn't notify their fellow squad members? Sounds suspicious to me.
Yep.
Something foul is afoot, I say.
I don't see anything weird about it. You go off and eat pudding on your own and don't tell me.
You bet I don't tell you. Otherwise, you'd steal my chocolate bars.
These are
It's
very
not
different
stealing if I
circumstances
tell
at
you I'm
play
going
here.
to eat them.
What's the point of telling me when I'm not there?
The point is that I kept you in the loop.
If I'm not physically there to stop you, then you're just talking to yourself and stealing.
It's better than being a thief who keeps mum.
A thief is a thief. Plain and simple.
As Reppy says. Anyway, first Liverin was obsessed with the messages, then she comes up here and keeps it a secret from her own squad mates. And I don't like it.
It may be for personal reasons we don't understand. Fortunately, it hasn't had much of an impact on the mission so far. Until we glean more information, it's impossible to ascertain what potential risks there might be.
Gotta find her and talk to her.
Seriously, we've been betrayed enough for several lifetimes.
Fair enough. Still, I'll look into this.
Good call. Let's hit him with the commander's devilish charms. Just don't go holding their hands or doing anything lovey-dovey.
Don't worry, Rappy's here to
that's
stop
not
that.
allowed.
See? Alright. So long as Rappy's here, there's not gonna be no promiscuity afoot.
It is not becoming to rush. I will go slowly.
Boom, girl to the rescue!
Ah, yeah, my power is gonna be a lot more than I need for this chapter.
It is not becoming
good.
to...
I should start.
Very well.
Moving.
Encounter. Here we
I should start preparing for the next. On my way.
Harmony Cube's discovered. Harmony Cube discovered. Damn it, wasn't this the candidate for the Ark? Why that darn whale bring us here? Where's the commander? Melted? Ah, humans. Let's deal with the raptures around us first. We must protect the Harmony Cube. A Harmony Cube on the surface is extremely rare. We must protect it at all costs. Harmony Cube, huh? Guess we'll see what that's about later on.
Moving out. Coming. On my way.
We have Harmony Cubes of our own from the Lost Sectors, but
You've
on the
exited
surface,
the
huh?
tunnel. Seems like this place was originally a metropolis. Although the density of the crystals makes it difficult to discern what kind of city it was. You've been moving underground for a while, and I'm unable to track your coordinates exactly. The concentration of crystals here is very high. Be careful not to make prolonged contact with them.
Yep,
From
we're
here
more
on
than know
out,
that.
all you have to do is follow the tracking device that was given to Hammering. Look in front of you.
Following shifty instructions, I gaze up ahead. Even at this considerable distance, there's a crystal cluster in the still
So,
yeah.
that's the crystal cluster. It's not as luminous as I imagined it would be.
Based on the location, it's highly probable that that's the same crystal cluster that the away team was in. Let's get closer.
Walk toward the crystal cluster. In stark contrast to before, there's no trace of light or heat emanating from it that would prevent us from getting closer. Once we have close enough distance, we realize it's broken.
Yes, there's hardly any light left.
There's a space inside it.
And there's something like a lever here.
That's
A lever?
it. That.
Yes, Trony?
That's a brake system.
Giga Drilly?
Huh?
It's a very primitive manual brake. Just a moment.
I guess the crystal was put on a platform of sorts to move around?
Deduction complete.
What's with all the fancy words? You just thought for a second.
Pulling that lever will release the brake and cause the crystal cluster to travel down the elevator shaft. Well, not travel down.
Who's running this?
More like fall down. Either way, I believe
Are we really gonna find some humans around here?
Passageway. The tunnel is L-shaped, and the crystal seemed to have come down here like it was riding a slide. It spat itself out the other end, crashed here, and incurred some damage.
So, it broke from the impact? Then, what about the people who were stuck inside it? Are they still in one piece?
Are their butts still stuck there? I think they're still okay.
How do you know that?
Look here. I point to a TV partially buried in the floor.
What about it? What does a TV have to do with our current situation?
Does it have boom on it?
Boom.
Yep.
It's got boom installed on it.
So they're safe.
Not only that, but they're apparently relaxed enough to enjoy gaming.
That's just Elegg being
I wouldn't
Elegg.
be so sure. They might be in more danger than you think. For Elegg, installing boom is easier than breathing. Okay, maybe not that easy, but I'm just saying that she can do it in a snap.
What are you doing?
It's not just her either. Seems the others are safe as well.
For now, at
They've
least.
stopped at the level which gives out the most health recovery items in the entire game.
Sounds like a bit of a stretch to me.
It's Alegg's last will and testament.
Do you even know what that phrase actually means?
Anyway, what you're saying is that everyone is okay?
Seemingly.
Most likely.
But why aren't they here?
I'd say it had something to do with those things.
Yeah, if they stayed here, then the crystals would slowly climb towards them. I spin around and see a group of raptures rising from the debris off in the distance.
They're getting better and better at sneaking up on us.
Or that, of course. Everyone prepare for battle. Well, yeah, can't stay in one place for long here, or else those crystals will sneak up on you.
I will send you off without pain.
Everything
Lots of
superfluous
walls
will be
here.
banished from paradise. I can...
Glass slippers, full contact.
Pour out.
Let me check the mirror for a moment.
Give me just a second.
Hold still.
Everything superfluous will be banished from paradise.
No bombers here, so no trouble at all.
Return to where you belong.
Now is the time of true beauty.
God, I love Marion.
What a truly beautiful story this was. I am most pleased with it.
Enemy down. However, the noise from the encounter has alerted all nearby raptures in the vicinity.
Figures.
You can't stay there for long.
Let's do what we have to do and get out. Elegg, Liverin, and Hammering clearly came along with the crystal cluster. They installed Boom on the TV in front of us and left a message by proceeding to a certain stage.
Is there a hospital
I
around
don't know
here?
if this is worth pointing out.
Since there's all the health
But I
items on
believe
the
they
map.
managed to evade the Rapture attack and make an escape. We have not encountered any signs that would point to their demise or being injured, so the chances of their having survived are high. Our next move should be to follow the signal emitted by Hammering's tracking device.
The signal being picked up by the tracker shows it's not too far from you. The only thing which is concerning is that there is no sign of movement.
Hammering. I'll take the lead.
Best prepare for
Everyone,
the worst.
follow me.
Fragile moves hurriedly. Alright, let's move.
Brake. An object which uses friction to either slow down or fix a certain speed.
Yes, Trony?
What are you saying?
Brake.
What are you getting at?
Brake.
Trony? I don't think it's a good idea to talk to yourself while using the comms equipment. It's a bit distracting.
Oh, sorry. I was just trying to sort out my thoughts.
What are you thinking about?
Why would that hunk of crystal have a brake system on it?
Someone's controlling it.
That's,
Guiding it.
So that it could be transported, perhaps?
By who?
How do you mean?
You set the brakes to fix it in place, then gather as much electricity as you want. Once you've achieved your goal, you release the brakes and send it here through the elevator. I've seen something similar to this when I worked at the logistics center. Like the ladder on a fire truck. Although, in this case, the act of transportation itself seems rather haphazard.
What cause would they have to move it to another location?
I'm not sure.
Draw energy
Perhaps
from one
because
place
it
and then
could
bring it back
serve
to
some function
fuel the
here?
home.
Go on.
That crystal contains a whole bunch of electricity. There had to be some reason it couldn't be utilized in the crystal cluster's previous location. Perhaps, it had to be taken to something that could generate electricity in bulk. I'm not sure. The basic principle behind moving something is to get it to a location where it can be put to good use.
So there must be something around here which requires a whole lot of electricity to operate.
Fragile, you're in the transportation squad, right?
Yes.
You're pretty bright. Not to say that I thought people in the transportation squad would be dim.
No offense taken. I'm always looking for ways to prove myself, and I have a keen interest in theories and their application.
You're pretty cool, Fragile.
To be honest, I haven't had much work lately.
So you've heard.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
So, can I ask you, what's your theory as to why that crystal cluster has a brake system?
Considering the heretics are nearby, it could have something to do with them.
Ah, yes, of
You
course.
think so?
I think it's quite likely.
Well, whoever it is, it's impressive what they managed to pull off. Also, there's one more thing I can't figure out.
Uh-huh.
So Liverin and Elegg were stuck in the crystal, with their butts hanging out.
I remember that.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it was very,
yeah.
very
They were
round
full-on
and
mooning
full
us.
on view.
How embarrassing.
Don't worry, they were fully clothed.
Commander, don't tell me you saw it as well.
Yes. Yes.
You saw the buttocks of someone you're not even dating? You should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, I've done a lot more than that. Just not with them.
No more butt talk. That's not what's important.
I find it incredibly important.
The question is, why were they only showing their rear ends?
Can we at least try to get this conversation back on track?
There must have been some kind of doorway that closed on them, I assume.
Yes, that makes sense.
There must have been an opening in the crystal cluster which revealed the breaks. And we all know that that would have caught Elegg's attention immediately.
She was probably bending over to take a closer look and was yelling out to Liverin, who was right beside her, to come take a peek.
And then slam.
Elegg was probably vibrating with excitement, and I'm sure that made Liverin all the more curious.
And that's when the crystal cluster began to move.
Before it could be transported, the door closed on them and they both got stuck. The worst case scenario is that some crystals may have pierced their abdominal areas.
They didn't seem to be
However,
in pain then.
what truly worries me is the notion that someone may be controlling this crystal.
There we go, that's a big thing
That
here.
there's another entity manipulating this mechanism and operating the crystal like a machine.
What's the possibility of this territory belonging to that pilgrim who was carrying a coffin?
Hi. Not only did she seem hostile, but she also appeared to be controlling the crystals.
To a degree.
I think there's a high probability that we'll be seeing her here.
Hostile. You really think so?
Huh?
Let's keep moving. Shifty, how far until we reach the tracking device?
You're close. You'll be arriving soon.
I'll take the lead.
Drilly takes her long strides. Her pace almost as a
Bless
run.
her soul. She's trying to run, but she's slow as a snail.
She got little legs.
There was only a booster on her drills.
Neon, can it, would you?
My theory is still that Elegg was not the creator of these crystals, but just is using them after finding them herself. There must be some other entity out here besides Grave.
I will go slowly.
Besides Grave and us.
On my way.
Boom, girl to the rescue!
That's my belief for now, at least.
Rapture's eliminated! Here we go!
Very well. Should I begin?
It is not becoming to rush. I will go slowly.
You're quite close to the tracking device. You should be able to establish a visual at this distance.
I'm sure they're safe. Right?
Yes. All three of them are going to be just fine.
Neon, you're really jinxing it.
Hammering!
She really shouts while running.
Where are you? Answer me!
Drilly, keep your voice down.
Hey!
Oh. There's a sound of debris tumbling down from the wall.
Hammering!
Oh boy. The Rapture vibrates and then it activates.
Rapture discovered. It must have turned off its power core in order to ambush you.
They can do that?
The coordinates of the tracking device are changing. They're syncing with the Rapture's movements.
Huh? Did hammering become a rapture? How is that even possible, you airhead? Ugh.
Julie charges at the Rapture.
What did you do with hammering? You son of a...
Maybe it just has a tracker
Everyone,
on it?
cover Drilly. Encounter.
Maybe it just has the tracker on it and hammering and Elegg are elsewhere.
I guess I have no choice but to fight.
But I do still have my own personal theory that Nikke's were made from Raptures. I have no idea if that's true or not, but that's just the theory I'm sort of working with right now.
My turn. Everything superfluous will be banished
That's gonna
from
hurt whoever
paradise.
hits.
Time for class to begin.
Glass slippers, full contact.
Pour out.
Pay attention in class.
There are more?
Alright.
Pathetic.
Oh boy. Get rid of those.
My turn. Everything superfluous will be banished from paradise.
Having 2 types of bombers was already enough. Not giving me more?
Return to where you belong. Next.
Almost.
I shall grant you victory, Your Grace.
191. That's the verdict. Julie sprints towards the fallen Rapture and begins to tearing it apart with her hand drill. Drilly, calm down. The Rapture couldn't have eaten hammering.
You think I don't know that? The tracking device is somewhere on this thing. We have to find it. I have no idea how it got attached to this infernal creature. But if hammering is okay, she'll have left us some kind of clue. A message. A sign. Something. If we can find that, we'll be able to find her.
Drilly collapses to the ground. I get a closer look and... the small tracking device is bathed in red.
It's... blood.
It could be oil or something else.
Yes, you are technically correct. Either way, a liquid catalyst facilitates one's operation. Colloquially, we can refer to it as blood.
I was hoping it'd be Rapture oil.
Is she dead?
No, she's definitely
But
alive.
where is she?
We'll have to find out soon enough.
How?
By working together. Just gotta keep looking. We got a lot of
This
place
is
to explore.
insane. Where the hell is she?
Drilly, I understand how you feel. But rushing in headlong like that puts us all at risk.
Ugh, damn it! Where is she?
Nah, Drilly.
You stupid. Where the hell are you?
We'll get through this, don't worry.
I told you it was dangerous. Ugh, I feel like I'm going insane.
Let's go up higher. We can get the lay of the land. I saw a building up ahead that should provide a good vantage point.
Good thinking, that's
I'll
always
lead
smart.
the way.
Roger.
Hey, Drilly. Don't worry. We'll find her for sure.
Yeah, promise.
Let's move.
I'm still not convinced we'll find her alive, but
On my way.
we'll see. Maybe I'll be pleasantly proven wrong.
Moving.
Boom, girl to the rescue. Very well. Moving out. I shall grant you victory. Here we go. Coming.
On my way.
I'm glad I was able to protect everyone.
It is not becoming to rush. I will go slowly. They are humanity.
On my way. I should start preparing for the next class.
Here we go.
Encounter. On my way.
Rapture's eliminated.
It is not becoming
Gotta
to
clear them all
rush.
out.
Should I begin?
It is not what a truly beautiful story this was. I am most pleased with it.
Here we go.
Mission accomplished. Alright, it's better than I expected. Let me safeguard it while I attempt to contact the Ark. What's out of coverage area? How far have we traveled? I must find a way to get in touch with them. I have to inform them about the situation here.
Moving.
Boom, girl.
On my way.
Rapture's eliminated.
Moving.
They are humanity.
I'm glad I was able to protect everyone.
On my way.
Boom, girl to the
It is
I'm glad I was able to protect everyone.
On my way.
Very well. Moving out.
Pick that up.
It is not becoming
into
to
the building.
rush. I will go slowly.
Very well. Moving out. Here we go.
They are humanity.
Here we go.
Getting this little bit of extra edge and verticality to these levels
Moving.
is pretty neat.
Very well.
Encounter. On my way.
This is the highest building in this area. it'll provide us with a solid vantage point. But the problem is that the crystals are obstructing much of the view, so we can only make out the major landmarks.
Still better than nothing.
Anything that could help us with the search?
I'm not sure. I think there might be a few things we can use as waypoints. The problem is that
Does her belt
we're
say
not
noob on
familiar
it?
with the
Her
area
waistband?
surrounding any of them.
So, what do we do?
I'm sorry, but with the information I have available to me right now, I can't really make heads or tails as to which way we should go. Even the tracking device that we were relying on is no longer in the mix. I'm sorry, but my skills as a pathfinder have reached their limit here.
Do you think blind search will do us any good?
I could set a random marker and plan out a route, but I think the chances of us coming up with anything are slim to none. On top of that, the crystals are incredibly dense in this area, so it would be extremely dangerous.
I have the recon data from the away team, so I have an idea of which parts to be particularly careful of.
Ah, that'll help a bit.
But there's no guarantee that they covered everything.
So, are we giving up on the search?
Of course not. Let's let them know we're here, at least.
How?
There are many ways. Raising a beacon would be the best way to catch their attention.
But any raptures with heat-sensing capabilities would be on us in an instant.
Yeah.
We can fight them off and make sure the fight is nice and loud so that our teammates know we're here.
I like that idea.
I might do more bad than good here.
Sounds a bit risky to me.
It's the best way we have of letting them know we're here, at least, though. If anyone's out there, they'll be able to send us a response signal.
So, what do we need to do?
Let's gather all the signal flares and ignite them all at once.
Roger.
Are you sure about this?
All of them? Are you sure?
We have no idea how many raptors will come upon us, and if something like the crystal chamber appears.
That's it. I've had enough of your hemming and hawing. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you didn't even want to find your colleagues. Let's begin.
Come on now, Drilly, no need to be that harsh with her.
Gaze upon me, my audience.
Sure, we won't get anywhere without
Preparing
taking
to
some risks,
reload.
but shouldn't be being mean about it like that. Get out of here. Oh boy.
My turn. Everything superfluous will be banished from paradise.
Time for class to begin.
Glass slippers, full contact. Pour out.
Here's the room.
Keep yourself healed up.
Everything
so
superfluous
now
will
let's
be
tank that
banished from
one.
paradise.
No, you don't. Now if I get to yours first.
To where you belong.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Quickly. Those things really are doing some good damage to us, but
What a truly
long as we shoot them down, we should be
beautiful story
fine.
this was. I am most pleased with it.
All clear.
wrong with that.
However, more are on the way.
Good grief. This is like the Boom title screen.
But we're no boom
Second
guy.
wave incoming. Prepare for contact.
Neon, use your supervision to scan the area.
Already on it.
Everyone else get ready for a second wave.
How long do we have to keep this up?
Until we get a signal.
And When is that going to be?
Hey! I see something shining there. Where?
What is it, Neon? What is it?
Be more specific, you moron! Over there. Near where the sign is.
Shifty, a little help?
Checking. I see it. There's a billboard with boom written on it.
That's our signal. Let's over there pronto. And the EX stages.
It is not becoming to rush. I will go slowly.
I'm gonna ignore the EX stages.
On my way.
I haven't been doing very good with a few of them,
Moving
but
out.
I'll give it one honest try.
It is not becoming to rush.
It'll be a bit of a hassle
I will go
sometimes.
slowly.
On my way.
They don't really give much in response in terms of rewards, at least. So we boss or
Time I
wave?
bring this class to a close.
Defensive position.
Just a little more.
You can't just immediately grab Dorothy like that. I'll give you a good grab.
Next, everything superfluous will be banished from paradise. Return to where you belong.
Down.
Now is the time of true beauty.
Out. Out.
I'm sorry.
Stay out.
Preparing to reload.
Come on. Oh, come on. Mouse, don't fail me now.
Everything superfluous will be banished from paradise.
You're so close. Who can hit that?
Last slippers, full contact.
Pour out.
Now is the time of
Marciana.
true beauty.
No, come on. Die. Okay. Thankfully, not too bad.
Rapture's eliminated.
I almost cleared it early.
Moving.
Almost, at least.
Boom girl to the rescue.
On my way.
What a truly beautiful story this was.
Very well.
Should I begin?
Here we go.
I shall grant you victory, Your Grace.
It is not becoming
What
to
do we have
rush.
here?
I will go slowly.
Come on, Mouse, don't die on me.
Moving.
Boom girl.
On my way. I should start preparing for the next moving.
Boom girl to the rescue.
Still doing good in terms of power levels, at
On
least.
my way.
Holy crap!
Hey, Elegg!
Believe this! You all came to save me!
That's one of you, at least.
You are here to save me, right? You all didn't get captured too, did you?
Captured.
What a relief. You said it.
What's your status?
No issues.
Good to see you, Elegg.
Miss Trony! So it's you who was spearheading this rescue effort?
I wouldn't say
I'm so glad that you're
spearheading, but
safe.
Of course I'm safe. I've got to keep myself healthy and hearty so I can hang out with you again.
Yeah.
huh? Is your abdomen okay?
Huh? Why do you ask?
Because you're squished? Were you not pierced by the crystal cluster when you were peering inside it?
Oh, that? No, I'm okay. I'm a bit on the chunky side, so I've got a natural layer of defense, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding. I got a few lacerations, but nothing that penetrated past the skin.
Well, glad to hear you did well.
I appreciate you saying that.
What about hammering?
And honestly, if you consider yourself a bit chunky, then what's Brady supposed to be?
Who are you two?
I'm hammering squad mate.
I'm Liverin's friend.
Ah, I see. Sorry, but I have no idea where either of them are.
Ah, that's not
What?
good.
Are you telling me you abandoned them and came here alone? I know you're not on the same squad, but this is beyond the pale. Awfully harsh words for someone you've only just met. I
That
suppose
seems to be her
I should
norm.
explain what happened before you all arrived. This better be good. You're really pushing it, buddy. However, given how this is a stressful situation, I can understand where you're coming from, so I'll find it in myself to cut you some slack. I guess I'll start our little tumble together with the crystal cluster.
Please, go on.
We're falling!
Hold on tight.
I haven't got anything to hold on to! Ow, Miss Liverin, that hurts! Don't grab there!
Sorry, they're really big, so they were easy to grab.
Really now, what did you
Miss
grab?
Hammering? Where are you?
I'm okay. I've got my hammer lodged into the side of this thing.
That sounds far from okay to me.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're falling faster?
No, I just think the direction has changed.
You're right.
Everything has a
We were
max terminal
falling straight
velocity
down
after all.
before, but now we're moving horizontally.
Everyone, be careful! Ow! That hurt. Is everyone okay?
I think so.
I'm fine.
Your arm doesn't look so good.
Yeah.
I said I'm fine. If it gets any worse, I'll just throw it away.
The
It
arm?
won't be that easy, you know.
Where are we?
Beats me. Does everyone still have their phones?
I'll check.
No signal.
What? Shouldn't the alpha particle concentration be low in this area?
How far did we travel to get
Because we're
here?
out of the ARC service area.
In other words, there's no way of...
Right. Total communications blackout.
Oh, this is bad.
Wait a sec. Is that a TV over there? Just a moment. Let me set up a boom on it.
Do your thing.
Is now really the time to be engaging in your hobby?
Just you wait. I'm gonna leave a message for the others.
Say what?
I'm sure Mr. Commander is coming to save us, so I've gotta leave them a message.
Please. They've probably already written us off.
Come on now,
What?
Liverin, we wouldn't
Why?
do that.
We can always be replaced.
No way. Mr. Commander isn't that kind of a person.
I agree with Elegg. Everyone at Mighty Tools speaks very highly of him, and that means something in my book.
Well, if that is indeed the case, then we'll be quite fortunate.
A moment later.
All right, I'm done with the message. Should we continue our search?
Are we not going to wait here for them? The main cause for search parties not finding people is because they switch locations.
Fine, allow me to rephrase the question. Shall we make an escape?
Ah, there it is.
Raptures!
This doesn't look good.
We made quite a grand entrance, so it's no surprise we attracted some attention.
Yeah.
I say it's high time we book it out of here.
So they ran. How they got separated.
Safety first.
That'll be interesting to see. I do hope that at the most we can at least help Liverin with her deals, whatever's plaguing her.
Banished from paradise. Time for class to begin.
Glass slippers, full contact.
Pour out.
Whatever situation she's in where she's being forced into this work, I hope that we can at least help her.
How annoying.
My turn. Everything superfluous will be banished from paradise.
Return to where you belong.
And wipe them all out. That move just can't be beat. Nothing has ever outdone it.
Raptors eliminated!
We're going on a narrow enough route that the Raptures won't be able to follow us easily. But we don't have a destination.
We need to secure a safe place to stay.
We don't even know if there is such a place here. We don't know the first thing about this place.
How are you holding up, Miss Hammering?
I'm fine, no issues.
Your arm is a mess. I think our first order of business should be to find an area with fewer crystals in it. However,
Okay, full one's
I'm worried
certainly not
about
that.
arm. It might be better to, be prepared.
I think so too. If you leave your arm as is, the crystals might penetrate into your core.
I know. If I feel the situation is critical, I'll tell you and we can do what's necessary when the time comes.
I'm sorry, but I don't believe you'll be forthcoming with that information.
Like a zombie bite.
Neither do I.
People always want to hide their
First
zombie
off,
bites.
Let's try and find somewhere that's somewhat safe. Once we do that, we'll try to establish communication with the others.
Good to see you again, Ave.
Oh, hey there! Are you lost as well?
What are you doing out here?
Not willingly here.
How much do you know?
Not a lot.
We don't know anything.
Leave this place.
Easier said than done.
If you can point the way out, we'd be glad to.
I don't think she's in a tour guide mood right now.
Let's just beat the information out of her.
There are other ways to solve problems instead of clobbering people, you know. And besides, I'm trying to talk to her because I don't think we can defeat her in a fight.
Yeah.
Perhaps it'd be best if we tried to run?
If she lets us.
Hey. We didn't intend to tread on your territory. We're not interested in what you're after or what you're up to. So if you could let us be on our way, we'd appreciate it. We need to get back quickly.
You in there at all?
Please, we won't touch or disturb anything around here.
Except for that
I'm
TV.
begging you.
Is she falling asleep? Almost sounds like she's yawning. The unknown turns her back to them and walks off.
Oh no! The shutter!
Gosh darn it. The unknown whips back around and aims what she seems to be a large box at them.
Die.
Well, there they goes our...
Slytherin, what are you?
If we want to survive, we have no choice.
We're about to be pulverized!
And there they go. The unknown's equally mysterious weapon spews fire.
Everyone get down!
A massive explosion engulfs the area.
You two get out of here. I'll handle this.
Not with your arm like that, you can't! Even if you were completely fine, you wouldn't stand a chance against that!
I can at least buy you some time.
Run!
Yeah.
Now!
The three turn around and start to flee. I wonder if that A on her scarred on her chest or
I
stomach is meant.
won't let you escape.
Is that A scar meant to be like a reminder
It
of her
was
name
a
in
desperate
some way?
escape, and the unknown fired a flashbang in our direction. That burst of light caused the crystals to expand like crazy, and we got separated. I hid in this building with a sign so that someone would find me. I'm not a fighter, and I don't have the courage to wander around this
And
place
look,
on
even
my
one of
own.
the best supports in the game.
You did well, considering the circumstances.
You said Liverin took a photo?
Yeah, she tried to take a picture of the unknown when we ran into her. It beats me as to why she's so fixated on getting snapshots of a pilgrim.
And she said something about having to do it?
Yeah. She said that if she wanted to live, she had no other choice.
That's pretty grave.
I am so lost right now. She was constantly playing with her phone when we were in hot water last time, and now she's gone and created a major incident. I mean, I can't really refute anything you're saying.
Do you happen to remember where you parted ways with Hammering and Liberlin?
Vaguely.
Now let's go there for now. If we start there, I think we should be able to find something at least.
Elegg, lead the way, if you would.
All right.
Do you think maybe the person who she's working for
It is not becoming
hacked
to
into her phone to
rush.
force that picture
How
take?
should I begin?
It is just mounted on her shoulder like that for
What a
easy
truly
use.
beautiful story this was.
Could be
I
easy to
am
do.
most pleased with it.
Then again, we're out of connection range with the arc,
On my
so
way.
it'll have to be her own action, right?
Very well. Moving out. Boom, girl to the rescue. Very well.
I'm glad I was able to protect her.
It is not
Encounter.
Very well. Moving out.
I've performed a cursory examination. Other than a slight decrease in your core power, there are no major issues present.
Thanks, Doc.
You're welcome.
Our phones are basically bricks out here since we're outside the service area, but your operation device seems to be working just fine. Likewise for Miss Trony.
The operation device has a direct connection to the exclusive facilities in the Ark. The coverage area is rather extensive, so we rarely encounter connection issues.
Yeah, I'm using it at Reclamation Site 01.
Unless we're somewhere way off in the boonies, distance typically isn't an issue.
It's a bit strange.
How does that work
I
exactly?
understand what you mean. It's a bit awkward saying this in front of the commander, but this is exceedingly good equipment to give to an officer of his rank. We have a past commander by the codename of New Hope to thank for this device.
Him again, huh?
He roamed the surface and had many commendable exploits. This device was originally made for him, but because of its superior quality and next to no maintenance required, we're still using it today.
Thanks to my predecessor, huh?
Huh? What did you say?
Never mind, it's nothing.
Anyway, even though this equipment is of superior quality, we are still dealing with something that was made in the past. Therefore, it does have a downside, which is that it is susceptible to alpha particles. The concentration of alpha
nothing is
particles
perfect here.
can make a significant difference in the signal quality. Replacing it with a new model would have been expensive, so we simply left it as is. Technology created in the past has become something of a lost art, which makes it difficult to utilize in some aspects. Areas with high alpha particle concentrations are classified as danger zones. So unless it is a special case, operations are not carried out in these areas.
The commander is prone to wandering about, however.
I've put in a request for commanders to have an operation device, but there has been no progress on that front.
It would at least be nice if we could get outfitted with better phones.
Yeah, that would help a lot. If our search gets prolonged, would it be more likely to be approved? Particularly since the search area will only continue to be further away from the Ark.
Makes sense to me. Or, at the very least, they could provide operation devices to us Nikkes. How was Hammering the last time you saw her? She wasn't doing too hot because of the crystal in her arm. We have no idea how fast the crystal grows, so it's not looking too pretty. Understood.
Could she even be aware of how much is growing inside of her? Let's hurry to where you run into the unknown. Like, what if it's growing inside her and she can't even feel it? Like, what if it's already at her core and she just, like, isn't able to tell because of how it works?
I will send you all away.
Like, you just don't know until it's too late kind of thing.
Everything superfluous will be banished from paradise.
Glass slippers, full contact. 4 out.
I'm sorry.
Out of the way with all of you. Oh boy.
Time for class to begin.
That's a lot.
To where you belong. Pay attention in class.
And now it's not a lot. She's just too strong. My girl Marion.
Rapture's eliminated!
As Fragile leads the way, she checks the route for any possible dangers. I'm told sticking too close could put my life in jeopardy, so I'll try to get an opportunity to speak with her. I still have uncertainties regarding Liverland and Fragile. Since we don't know that what influence those two will have in our mission, I think it'll be prudent to hear their stories. Not only that, but as I observe Fragile's movements from the back, there's something else that's bothering me. There's a hole in her pants.
Commander.
I wasn't looking at her, but Robbie starts in front of me.
What are you looking at?
Well, there's just a... Jesus. There's just a hole in her pants.
All humans have a hole in their butts.
Not that one, Robbie.
Nikkes were created to resemble humans in every form, and that anatomical detail is no exception.
I did not mean that, Robbie. I was just talking about her pants.
Oh, I see. Do you have an issue with that?
It's not a major problem, just a bit different in comparison to Liverland.
I'm not entirely sure I understand what you're getting at.
What are you two talking about?
But it is interesting information to
Let
know,
us in on
so...
the conversation.
Nikkes do
We were
have
talking
that
about Fragile's
part of them
butt.
still.
Oh,
No, we weren't. Not exactly.
The commander was
directly.
pontificating on how Fragile and Liverland's butts differ.
Gee, Robbie,
Do either of you have any input about that?
Robbie, please. You're twisting my words.
it might be a bit different in terms of volume.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, since their body types are slightly different.
I am talking about her clothes, for goodness sake.
Huh? There's a hole.
Thank you. Yes,
You're right.
that.
Liverin was covered head to toe in the newest, most fashionable clothes. Dressed to the nines, you could say. You're right.
I can't help but notice that discrepancy. That's all.
Commander,
Oh boy, was she hearing us? Yes?
I'm sorry, but could you stop staring at my
God.
backside?
I
I have no problem if you are into that sort of thing,
Goodness me.
but, it does make me feel a bit self-conscious when you stare at it so intently.
Oh my goodness. I'll exercise more discretion in the future.
Thanks.
So anyway, I see that you've been working hard to keep on the routes.
You don't have to change the topic simply because you're embarrassed.
Fine, I'll stop.
Wow. She's one tough cookie. Yeah, I like people who speak their minds like that.
Oh yeah, that's good, but...
Anything, you should stand to censor yourself a bit more.
Was it me saying that to me or Neon?
Very well. Moving out.
Encounter.
Here we go.
I'm glad I was able to protect everyone.
But as
On
for
my
the main
way.
part of that conversation,
Should I begin? It is not.
Little
I
one's
should
outfit
start
being like
preparing
more
for the next class.
high-end
Here we
than
go.
high-end than Fragile's, despite working for the same team, huh? Let's set up here and protect the Harmony Cube. With its computing ability, we should be able to contact the Ark. Hurry.
Moving.
guess
Coming.
maybe
Here we go.
Liberland's
I should
been
start
working for this
preparing for the
extra
next
person
class.
and getting a lot of extra money, so he's able to afford this extra fancy clothes.
Moving.
While Fragile's been doing it just the old-fashioned way.
It has not become they are human.
On my way.
What a truly beautiful story.
Here we go.
Maybe it's like a loan
Coming.
shark situation here.
It is not.
Rapture's eliminated!
On my way.
Boom, girl to the rescue!
The power levels are creeping up on me.
Moving.
I have the means to get myself another 10 levels if I need be, but
Alright,
we'll see how things go.
Listen up. I've collated the available information and utilized some reasonable deductions to come up with some information about this place.
Let's hear it.
First, I'll talk about the crystal cluster. It is anchored at the top of the tunnel, and the smaller crystals are dispersed in the nearby vicinity to gather electricity. Once a sufficient amount of electricity has been gathered, the crystal is transported here. The tunnel is the passageway used to transport said crystal. Everyone following me so far?
I'm sorry, still thinking about butts, but yeah, figured as much.
The main thing that jumps out to me is the break. Although there is still a minute possibility that the crystal was formed naturally, that break was beyond a doubt created by some kind of separate intelligent being. It is not a particularly sophisticated mechanism, but that is beside the point.
What?
What's important is its placement inside the crystal cluster. This tells me that this entire process I've just described was intentionally designed by someone, or something, and that crystal being transported is part of that individual's design. Unfortunately, at this point in time, there is no way for us to find out who that someone is.
I'm willing to bet that it's that pilgrim we ran into.
As am I. But we cannot confirm that at this stage. With that being the case, we can only move on to the next question. What on earth is this place?
Yeah.
During your reconnaissance mission, did you notice any crystal structures similar to the crystal cluster?
Yes, we did. However, they had lost all their luminescence and displayed various cracks and fissures.
Look closely at the ground underneath us. There is still a minute afterglow there. Not only do these lines all stem from the crystal cluster, but they all converge at the same spot.
Lines?
The
Are
circuitry.
they perhaps acting like power lines?
Precisely.
And you say they're all meeting up at a single point?
Yes. The crystals are spread out across a broad area by the crystal cluster and act like tendrils, absorbing electricity and gathering it all to a single point, where we are now.
We saw that a crystal the size of a fingernail was able to light up a large neon sign.
Yeah.
That's right.
Then the electricity stored in that crystal cluster must be unimaginable.
Yeah.
Why would they want to gather so much power in one place?
Could it really
What
just be
could
for
they be trying
Cinderella?
to do? What can you do with that much electricity?
Still feel like it's gotta be
The
two
real
separate
question
things.
to ask
Cinderella,
would be-
Abe, and this place.
What couldn't you do with that much electricity?
I'm so headstrong in my theory.
Gaze upon me, my
Gotta be
audience.
two separate teams here. With us being the third.
Everything superfluous will be banished from paradise.
Glass slippers, full contact. Pour out.
So yeah, I guess we learned a bit more about Nikke anatomy earlier. You guys do in fact have a booty hole. Are they like in use? Are they usable?
My turn.
Who knows?
Everything superfluous will be banished from paradise.
I certainly don't.
Time for class to begin.
Return to where you belong.
They do eat food, so that food has to go somewhere.
Pay attention in class.
Maybe it's best to not think too deeply about it. Oh, bastard. How dare you grab Marion? Oh geez, there goes Marcy.
I should start preparing for the next class.
It's here.
Ah,
This is where we all got separated. Since the crystal keeps expanding, I can't make heads or tails of this place anymore. I have no idea where the original path even was.
Wait. Stop. 2 o'clock.
What is that?
ah. In front of us there's a dense buildup of crystals. Piled underneath it is the unknown. Well, we found her at least. I don't think she's doing too good.
Commander, what are your orders?
I want to get closer. Give me a risk assessment.
Screw the assessment! I can tell you right now that it's dangerous.
She doesn't appear to be armed.
Only her face is exposed. Unless she can shoot beams out of her mouth, we should be okay.
Wasn't the coffin
I'm not
itself a
picking up
weapon?
any thermal reactions.
So that's who's behind all this? Let me at her.
Really? No.
Once I put my drill to her face, she'll sing like a canary and tell us where hammering is.
That's a bit barbaric, don't you think?
Everyone stand by. I'll approach first.
If she so much as moves a finger, I'm going to open fire.
I raise both my hands in the air and approach. The weight of those crystals pressing down on the unknown seems substantial. Her arms are not exposed, and neither the coffin nor the box that she was carrying earlier can be seen. For now, it seems safe. You seem to be in a tight spot. Need a hand?
No need.
If you stay like this, won't you be devoured by the crystals? I could help you.
Stay back. Humans are deceitful.
That they are.
I don't trust you. Get lost.
I carefully observe the unknown's appearance. Her body appears to be unnaturally arched, as if she's lying on something. Could she be protecting the coffin in the box from the crystals? That coffin and that box are quite precious to you, aren't they?
If you touch them, I'll kill you.
I believe you. I don't intend to. I'm just going to clear away the crystals. Is that okay?
Humans always betray. Can't trust you.
Okay, then I'll back off. I'll have one of my friends here help you. You have no reason to attack us.
What in the world are you doing?
Julie, stand
You
back.
don't know the first thing about this woman. Helping her is foolish.
You said yourself that she kept giving chase and attacking you. It sounds to me like she's our enemy.
Not the first time we've had
If
this.
you want to play the hero, perhaps you should stay off the battlefield.
Commander, I don't think this is a wise decision.
She doesn't seem to have any intention of killing us. She hasn't displayed any hostile intentions yet.
What are you talking about? If shooting at us isn't hostile, then I guess we're buddy-buddy with raptures as well.
I'm talking about right now, at least. She never aimed directly at us, though. She either aimed at the walls or floor around us and used shockwaves. Everything she's done has been with the intent of either confuse or block our path. If she wants to kill us, she would have ambushed us without revealing herself to the away team. Also, she keeps telling us to leave. She clearly has something sort of mission to complete here, and views that us as a hindrance to completing her objective. That's the reason she let the away team get away alive when she encountered them. However, if she is dead set on not wanting my help, then so be it. I'll step back and have you all help her.
Roger.
A typical commander reaction to this sort of situation.
That's who I am.
Yeah.
Damn.
You're an odd duck, Mr. Commander. I'll say that much.
Thank you.
Yes, this is all most amusing.
The Nikke start clearing away the crystals on the top of the unknown.
Prolonged contact with the crystals is dangerous. I recommend that you break them apart.
If you start feeling strange, cut off the power to your arms. This will deprive the crystals of their food source and should cause them to fall off. If you have any questions, let me know and I can show you how to do it.
Neon, let's lift this together.
Sure thing.
Could use like a plank of wood
This
to
one
move the
here is a
crystals so
bit
you don't have to
tricky.
touch them directly.
I'll carve it out with my drill.
Remove the middle part first, and then the bottom bit.
You don't think that'll cause it to collapse?
It's okay. I'll keep a close eye on it.
A moment later, the unknown stands before us, motionless, her giant coffin unboxed in tow. Our purpose was to search the previous area. While doing that, there was an incident that caused several of our members to be isolated here. We've come here to rescue them. We don't know what your goal is, and we're not interested. If I'm being honest, I am curious, but I don't wish to fight you over it. All we want is to locate our friends and leave this place. You seem to know a lot about this place, so if you could help us, we'd greatly appreciate it. I'll see that any photos and videos are deleted as well.
Humans are deceitful.
That we are, yes.
But you saved me.
That I did.
Kindness, enmity, I will definitely repay.
We're making progress then. The unknown raises her arms and points to the distance.
They went that way. That's all I know.
All of them went that way?
The hammer came back,
Oh?
fought with me, deflected her bullets. The ceiling collapsed. She said she would come to rescue, but she hasn't.
Interesting. You said the three of you got separated because she opened the path, opened fire and blocked the path. But Hammering came back to do battle with her in order to buy time for you and Liberin? During that fight, she deflected some of the Hammering's bullets, a few of which hit the crystals on the ceiling and ended up pinning her down as we saw.
How did you come to that conclusion?
That moron ran off in order to rescue the unknown. And she hasn't come back yet.
Why would she promise to rescue the unknown?
At the very least, she didn't intend on killing her. If anything, perhaps it was just to buy herself some time.
That's right. That's what she said. You all are easy to talk to.
See, we
It'd
gave
be
us
a
a chance
lot
to.
easier if you spoke normally.
That guy is as kind-hearted as a fool. Where did Hammering go?
Same. That way.
Okay, thank you. Let's hurry.
Drilly darts off.
Wait! I should be in front.
Let's go, everyone. Thank you for the help. All of us run to catch up with Drilly. Meanwhile, the unknown watches us as we run off.
Thank you. How long has it been?
How long indeed. It's been a long, long time since that operation with the Grim Squad in the elevator. Right then, let's get back to that. Minor glitch aside. Right then. Okay, moving on.
Moving. It is not becoming to rush.
Should I begin?
Oh, come on. Bring up the right... There.
Very well.
What a truly beautiful
Here we go.
Encounter. Very well. I shall grant you victory, Your Grace.
196, almost at 200.
It is not becoming to rush.
Girl,
It is not.
I should start preparing for the next.
here we go.
Coming.
On my way. I should start preparing for the next club. Moving.
Here we go.
It is not becoming to
Button.
rush. I will go slowly.
We're getting close to the end already.
On my way.
Only a little bit more left.
It is not. I shall grant you victory, Your Grace.
On my way. Moving.
More credits. One more
Very
collectible.
well. Coming.
On my way.
Wouldn't it have been better to ask her more questions?
No, that was enough. If we'd pressed her for more details, she might suspect we're not really here to rescue anyone. But we are, in fact, here to rescue our
It
friends.
did feel like she let her guard down.
It seems like she'll be staying here for a while, so
Best
there
not
will
push
be another
someone like
opportunity.
that.
She must be incredibly strong to lug those two boxes around all the time.
I mean, did you see her
What
abs?
do you think is inside them?
Firearms. I'm positive I heard her say 7 dwarves.
Isn't that Snow White's weapon? Did she steal it?
Well, there are 7
did Snow White
dwarves,
steal it
so
from her?
she must be one of them.
Oh my gosh! Could that woman be Snow White? Don't be absurd.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Something's bothering me, though. Something that's got my heart pounding faster than usual.
What's up, Rappy?
You could have angina. You should probably visit the repair center.
Can Nikke's get angina?
Noted.
At any rate, I
even
took
is
a closer
angina?
look at the coffin this time around. It appears to be some kind of...
Medical equipment?
What?
There was a symbol on the back on the box indicating that it was for medical use. It was obscured by the chains I saw around it, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Are you sure?
Judging by its size, the supplies are intended either for people or Nikke. And looking at the shape of the hinges and the symbol that was visible on the outside,
Huh?
I'd say it's probably holding an incubator or a cryogenic storage device of some kind. The design itself is from a few generations past.
Holy cow! How do you do it?
What do you mean?
What's your secret?
To what?
To being able to distinguish electronic devices so clearly.
That was impressive, Commander. I had no idea what you were going on about, but I learned it from one of my seniors, and I've been interested in it ever since.
Are you kidding me? Why are you only telling us this now? Miss Trony, we've got a new addition to the squad.
Sounds like it.
What's your favorite type of electronic device? Which manufacturers do you like? Do you place more value on efficiency or overall performance?
I say performance?
Would you be interested in going to the Early Adopter Festival together with me?
What's the Early Adopter Festival? I don't think I'm quite at your level just yet.
That's okay. I'm more than happy to teach you.
Anyways, getting back to our original point,
Yes.
if that coffin is indeed an incubator or a cryogenic storage device, what do you think it might be housing?
That I can't say for sure. However, I recall how the Unknown was willing to sacrifice her own body in order to keep that two containers from being contaminated by the crystals. It must be something that she values more highly than her own life. That is 100% true.
I will clean up neatly and beautifully.
But yeah, that's certainly the lengths to go to if you're able to identify a device to that degree with just that view from the distance and those minor clues. Very impressive, Commander. Very impressive.
Everything superfluous will be banished from paradise.
Last slippers, full contact.
Pour out. I'll see it through.
Commander is becoming a top-rate commander now. All that training from Johan is really paying off.
Everything
Ouch.
superfluous will be banished from paradise. Return to where you belong. Pay attention in class.
Oh, out of the way. Puny shield.
I should start preparing for the next class.
The place we're heading to
Yes, back to it.
seems to be where Elegg mentioned all the lights converge.
Elegg, Trony, can you give us a risk assessment?
Hard to say.
Only one way to find out for sure, and that's to go there. I hope there's something amazing there. Of course, nothing would beat finding Miss Liverin and Miss Hammering there.
Yeah.
They have to be there. This place is more perilous than any other we've been yet.
Has Hammering always been like this?
What do you mean?
Someone who inspires people to care about her this much.
Yes. She always has.
He's a good
She's a
person.
profoundly kind person.
The fact that she said she would come back to save the unknown is certainly a testament to that. She must have had a rough go of it. I'm sure she's been through hell and been put in all sorts of unfair situations.
Yes, she has.
How perceptive of you,
There are
niece.
many cold-hearted SOBs out there who take advantage of her kindness. They underestimate her and don't think much of her.
That's why you enjoy being by her side, isn't it?
What do you mean?
You're a bit rough around the edges.
I didn't choose to be this way. We had to survive somehow. If I just kept laughing it off whenever others took advantage of her, we never would have made it.
I suppose.
That's why I am the way I am.
Sounds like you've been through a lot.
The life of a Nikke is
It
never
wasn't
easy.
that tough. Usually, the type of people who approach caring people with the aim of exploiting them aren't too bright themselves. They also tend to be sloppy and weak. That's why they feel they have to take advantage of those with a big heart. They're unable to appeal to those who are more cynical. And so they prey on people they think are gullible. If you take a step back, these people really aren't all that difficult to deal with.
Hammering said you couldn't come here because you had to work. What kind of work could you possibly have been doing that took precedence over a search mission?
I was mining for high-value gems.
Gems, huh?
Even though their purpose is purely decorative, they're quite hard to come by, and so they fetch a high price.
People always like their shiny
If you wanted
things.
to, couldn't you secure a whole bunch of them at once?
I don't follow.
I mean the old 5-finger discount.
I would never deign myself to steal. Any money I earn is done so honestly. Only then I can live my life with my head held high.
Why?
Why what?
Why is living your life with pride so important? Isn't it important just to stay alive no matter what?
You gotta enjoy the life
Like
you
most
live.
people live that way. It's not so hard to ignore what your heart tells you.
Every other person in the world could be living like that, and it still wouldn't make it right. Besides, if that were a possibility, I would have done it long ago. But no. The voice that resonates in your heart, let's call it your conscience for now. It cannot be ignored. It never stops pestering you. Hammering and I both know that listening to our conscience doesn't serve any practical purpose. However, we still do it. If we turned our backs on our conscience, it would come at the detriment of others. I would rather hurt myself than someone else.
And Hammering believes the same, I bet.
I see no value in living that way.
Niece.
Oh, but there is. You feel good. You can stand tall and face anyone you meet with your head held high. It fills you with confidence in everything you do. That is why I choose to live like this.
Come on now, niece.
Impressive! Very impressive. I may not be able to live like that, but I wish you the best of luck.
Then,
We gotta get Anise a therapist.
what if there was a situation where your life was in peril, and the only way out was to ignore your conscience? Would you do it?
I don't know.
Huh?
I believe that life isn't a straight line, but a curve with peaks and valleys.
Yep.
I've never been in a situation like the one you described. So, I can't give an honest answer.
So, you haven't really experienced a lot of setbacks in life.
None that dramatic.
Well, compared to someone who's really been through hell and lived to tell the tale, I guess not.
We'll be arriving soon. Let's pick up the pace.
We got a lot of different issues for people to figure out here. Hopefully one day we can hopefully change Anise's mindset to a more positive one.
Moving.
Having her just go by life with this mindset of, oh, as long as I live, doesn't matter what I do.
They are humanity's
On my way.
It's sad, really. You shouldn't just go your whole life like that. You gotta enjoy the life you live. What the heck is this thing? Runway? This is my first time seeing this boss.
My turn. Everything superfluous will be banished from paradise.
But yeah, I hope Anise can get the help and counseling she needs. So, look forward in her life.
Turn to where you belong.
Not just go by her every day, just getting by.
Pay attention in class.
Ah. Ouch.
Everything superfluous will be banished from paradise.
Time for class to begin.
Glass slippers.
Tip-top
full
shape,
contact.
everyone.
Pour out. Time to finish this.
Thankfully, this EX stage has been proving really easy too. Remember the last few ones I tried were very difficult. Whoa. I know I was about to hit us with a super move.
I should start preparing for the next class.
Moving on then.
Very well. Moving out.
A little bit more left to go.
Moving.
Reaching the motherboard.
Here we go.
They are humanity's enemy.
On my way.
Rapture's eliminated.
That is 197. Seems I won't hit 200 in this chapter then. Oh
Here
well.
we go.
Coming.
Moving.
I shall grant you victory, Your Grace.
It is not
Boom, girl to the
Moving. I'm glad I was able to protect everyone.
Very well. Moving out.
Alright.
On my way.
Encounter.
Here we go.
I should start preparing for the next class.
That last sparkle, is that anywhere around? Oh,
It
there.
is not becoming to rush.
No.
I will go slowly.
Very well.
Should I begin?
Here we go. Very well.
They are humanity's enemy.
On my
Not
way.
here?
Moving.
Here we go.
There you are.
Very well. Moving out.
What is that? Is it an excavator? This must be a joke. Does this even make sense? Fire, quick fire! Screaming and screaming.
Here we go.
An excavator.
Should I begin?
Alright, here we go. And our power level is just at the margin of it. Looks like I'm due for another upgrade soon.
Moving.
Here we go. Chapter finale.
What is this?
I've never seen anything like it either.
It's almost like a ball of electricity.
Is it okay for us to stand here?
Probably not.
The floor seems sturdy enough. For now.
Following Fragile's lead, we continue forward. And eventually arrive at the place where the glowing power lines converge. Beneath us is a thick glass floor. The flickering lights underneath the glass beckon to us as if they've been waiting. Can't look at it, it's too bright.
Amazing. It feels like we're standing in light.
My supervision isn't working at all. It all shows up as white. It seems like all the electricity absorbed by the crystal clusters is gathered here. And there are also more power lines over there.
Looks like they're acting as a conduit, carrying this electricity somewhere else. That would make me think there'd be some loss in energy. And yet, this place is practically resonating with power.
Also, this floor is made of glass, which is an insulator. There wouldn't be any reason for the surrounding crystals to come here.
Come to think of it, all those power lines were covered in glass as well.
I don't see any sign of hammering or living.
Let's follow the power lines in.
Yes, we're far too exposed out here in the open. We're practically sitting ducks.
Even if we don't know exactly what this place is, we can tell it's important. There must be a gatekeeper or some kind of guardian force around here.
Not the gatekeeper.
If I were watching over this place, I'd hide in the dark corner and surprise us when we arrived.
And you just had to say it, huh? A crystal-infected rapture slowly looms out of the darkness and lurches toward us.
Why do you always do this, Neon?
It was just another coincidence, honestly.
I glanced down at the floor. We can't go into firefight on top of this glass floor. We have to push it back.
If the floor breaks, we're in big trouble. We won't just fry, we'll be vaporized.
And let's get to it.
It's about to make a precision strike.
Oh no, you don't!
Flames start to spew out from the back of Drilly's drill. And she lunges toward the rapture in an effort to push it back. So it does have jet boosters on it. The drill continues to spin and the rapture is slowly pushed back. The booster output increases. Drilly slams the rapture into the nearest wall.
What was that? You do have a rocket booster! Giga Drilly!
Shush.
Don't just stand there! Let's kill this thing!
Let's go.
So it's gonna be another one of those things, huh? Guess I gotta go a little further in for like the crystal chamber thing. Oh, that's what you are. You're what? Rebuild porter.
Everything superfluous will be banished from paradise.
You're ugly and I want you gone immediately.
Return to where you belong. Let's see it through.
You gonna do anything? Oh. Ooh, that nearly ripped down her shield completely. Oh boy.
Everything superfluous will be banished from paradise.
Charging up. Get ready.
Time for class to begin.
Glass slippers, full contact. Pour out.
And it's gone.
I should start preparing for the next
Mirror
class.
container, that's the name I was thinking of. Guess that's the next chapter if I had to guess. We're getting close to the apex, but still not quite. Game. Hello. There you go. Enemy down. Where'd the voice go? Just a second. That's really just out of this world. Why'd you lie to me about it, what it can do? Because of this. Because of what? Let's hurry, we don't have much time. We all scramble to get a move on. Fragile grabs me by the shoulder. Commander, Are you really going to delete that picture Liberlin took? Yeah, I intend to. But why? Because we promised. Actually, I think I know why Liberlin took that photo. Or at least a hunch. If we don't have that photo, or more precisely, if there was no photo to begin with, she feels that something terrible is going to happen. Yeah? But what do you mean? Commander, would you say that you hold sway in the Ark? Not enough. Not quite yet. I know it's shameless to ask you for a favor after only just meeting you, but could you let me handle Liberlin? Can I have a reason? Why do you want that? If I'm going to grant you that request, I want to know why. I'm sorry, forget I said anything. Fragile cookie darts off. Shifty? Yes, Commander? Can a commander request access to the personal files of their squad members? Yes, that is possible, so long as the material is not confidential in nature. Liberlin and Fragile are currently assigned to the commander squads, are they not? Correct. Can you look into the past records for me? I want information on when they were and weren't working together. I understand. Also, I also want to know that the last place Liberlin visited before coming here, and a correspondence history. Very well. I'm only saying this out of concern, but when a Nikke acts so skittish, there's a high possibility that the other party involved is a military personnel. In other words, the person who would see you digging into their records as a personal affront. With that in mind, do you still wish to proceed? It doesn't matter. We'll have to do it. I understand. Where's the voice acting there? Well, I'll hop in, but I'll take a peek in. Alright, no immediate cutscene, so just keep going on.